Unsettled questions this morning on some of the most complex issues in American life. Issues like race, power, class. It follows a week unlike any other when an edited video clip triggered the forced resignation of an African-American federal employee. Since then, her former boss has apologized, and President Obama has personally reached out. So after all of this, what does the Shirley Sherrod story tell us about America? Let's bring in the Reverend Eugene. He is a Reverend and an MSNBC analyst. Hello to you. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Veronica. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Reverend, what does this whole episode say about race relations in the United States?
It's an absolutely stunning development. Here you have the Tea Party wing of the Republican Party, a blogger and Fox Television, who essentially punk the country and cripple any possibility for rational discourse. The NAACP of all organizations ends up throwing the woman under the bus, then has to give a retraction. What we have now is an environment where rational discourse about race has been taken off the table by the Fox blogger sphere wing, the Tea Party wing of the Republican Party.
And Reverend, let me just stop you for a second, because you did say a retraction. Have we ever heard anything from Andrew Breitbart? Has he even issued an apology?
As of this conversation, he has not issued an apology. And what's more amazing, that after the gaffe with the NAACP, one would have expected that organization that ostensibly represents the rights of the disenfranchised to be out in front of Fox Television coming after this guy and just as forcefully challenging them to apologize to this salt-of-the-earth church lady who was simply helping people and then got thrown under the bus by everybody.
All right, but, okay, so Obama, at least, he has apologized. Let me go ahead and read you this portion of Bob Herbert's column in the New York Times. He writes, "The most obvious and shameful fact is that the Obama administration, which runs from race issues the way thoroughbreds bolt from the starting gate, did not offer this woman anything resembling fair or respectful treatment before firing and publicly humiliating her." Okay, we know, Reverend, that he has since apologized, but is there a sense that because we have a black president, the administration wants to make sure that there are no cries of reverse racism?
Absolutely. The other empirical reality that we must confront, that with a black president, to a large extent, race as a public policy discussion is, for the most part, off the table. See, the price that the country paid in electing their first black president is that the issue of race would be moved off the table. I was with Chris Matthews on Inauguration Day, and I said one of the things that the public hasn't recognized is that race as we've known it is no longer on the table because we have a black president.
Huh, interesting. Well, you're right. We kept hearing about this idea of a post-racial America now that we have Obama in office. So, where does that idea stand? Is it dead?
Well, see, the post-racial America line was a political fiction that the campaign had to articulate to get the poor guy elected. The reality is that most adults knew we were not in a post-racial America. Maybe some innocent liberals did. But the reality is that we are very much in a racialized America. This incident with Ms. Sherrod clearly illustrates that. And unfortunately, the public is going to have to lead a conversation that the president cannot be close to. Anytime President Obama touches race, Van Jones, Jeremiah Wright, Ms. Sherrod, or Skip Gates and beer and peanut summits, what happens, he gets burned. He's got to stay as far away from that and get the other things done, because if he doesn't, the right will hijack him and he will be apologizing to everybody.
All right,
it is associated with the discussion.
Sorry, we have to run. I'm so sorry. Such an interesting discussion. I wish we could talk for hours about it, but unfortunately we're out of time.
Thank you, Veronica.
Reverend Eugene Rivers, thank you so much. Always good to see you, sir. A new movie.
Good to see you, Veronica. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, have a great weekend. A new movie now raising questions about the science of sleep. We're going to sort out all the facts. That's coming up next.